On today's episode of The Front Row, we are downtown in the Lubbock Cultural District in the studios of Classical 105.7. Our special guest on the show today is Karen Ray. She works with the UIL office at Texas Tech University. Karen, welcome to the show. It's great to have you back again.
Well, I'm so excited to be here. We're excited about our activities going on and just finished our state competition of one-act play, so now we're ready to move right on and do camp.
Right. Well, for people who don't know, what is UIL? What does that mean?
Only people out of Texas ask that, but I'll just tell you. It's a University Interscholastic League, and they handle all the competitions for kindergarten up through high school, for athletics and for academics and for music, band, choir, orchestra. And I'm just in the little section of theater. So
Okay.
Texas Tech has taken on 4A and 5A, all their academic meets and their theater and a lot of their tennis and basketball and
Okay.
things like that.
So that makes some sense because when my daughter was in school, she participated in swim in
Yes.
the LISD.
Yes.
And I remember that it was all fine through the year, but when we got to the district and regional championships, the UIL actually took it over.
Yes, we
So,
did.
all right,
We do
okay.
all the regional contests. Our region reaches from the very top of Texas all the way down to El Paso and over to Fort Worth and then over to the New Mexico border. So we're the largest region. And so some of our track meets will include 1A all the way to 6A just for some of the pre-meets because we are so centrally located. And it's so hard to get across the state to get to all these things. So we host quite a few regional things. I do a director's workshop for particularly the smaller towns that say to the Spanish teacher, hey, why don't you come do our one-act play? And they can't spell theater. So they come in and learn from our people that have done it for a long time. And we have a 2-day workshop, and they really immerse themselves in it. And then we do our regional contests, of course, in April. And then I do my one-act play, UIL. We get them prepared for contests. We do 7 shows and do technical theater and acting so that they can learn both sides of that.
Do you work for UIL or do you work for Texas Tech?
Well, that's a really good question. I would love to be paid by both, but I work for Tech for our regional contests and for the director's workshop and the camp. But then also I do district contest area and all that where I do just work for UIL. I contract with schools, so I do a little bit of both. But when we get to regional, that's kind of the final. This only send 2 groups or 2 schools, the state, and so I just got back from that. We try to go support the ones that came from our region, and they always do very well up there. So it's really quite a blessing to get to sit and watch it and not have to hire all the judges and run the whole thing. So
Right.
I enjoy it.
Well, all right. So we've had end of term and end of school and the big hullabaloo with all of that, to get finished with that. And everybody's kind of relaxing, but I think for you, this is a time when you're actually ramping up, right?
Yes, it is.
Because you have this is one-act play, UIL theater, right?
Theater camp, yes.
Theater camp.
We try to do 7 shows. I get 7 directors in that have been to state multiple times, and we try to keep the smaller numbers. I mean, you can have up to 24 in a play, but we keep it at about 12 or 13 so everybody will really get a part. And they just get to work with some great directors. And in 10 days, it's amazing. They audition for 2 days and then get cast that night, and there they go. Right. And we also have classes and lessons on characterization, speaking, movement. We're adding a 2-hour musical theater and dance class for those that want to do that. We do stage combat for those that want to slap around. They learn not to slap around. But anyway, we try to hit every aspect because we know there's a lot of teachers that have not been trained in all that. And even if they have, you might see a different approach by someone else that's directing, or you might hear the same thing said, but you listen to one and don't listen as hard to your teacher back home sometimes. So We really try to do that. We also let teachers come in and follow what we're doing so that they get to see a lot of these state directors and just kind of how they put a show together and what they do to make them special.
So, best practices.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a way to learn.
Great
Right.
extra thing. Then our technical theater, they spend 3 days designing, doing all sorts of costume design, set design, things that will prepare them for the state contest. Because everybody that goes to state, whether it's band, orchestra, theater, whether you win or lose, you qualify for a scholarship for any state university, such as Texas Tech. So millions of dollars is given each year.
Okay.
And so even if you win as a sophomore, you would still qualify, when you graduated. So this is something, the technical theater is not as big yet. It just started, 10 years ago. And film also was starting, which we hope to add next year, but to our camp. But this is a way for these kids to really get a good start on getting to Austin to get for a scholarship. So that's really also our aim there. Then after the 3 days, they're running all the shows. They're doing the lights and sound, stage managing, building the sets, and the whole thing. Putting together costumes, sewing, they learn all of that.
Right.
So.
And I take it this is run out of the theater department at Texas Tech?
It
that right?
is. They're
Yes.
so generous to us. We're able to use the whole, in fact, we're in there the whole day from 9 in the morning until 9 at night. We do let them eat, occasionally go across to the dorm, let them eat, come back. But most of our work is done right there. We do go to main event, let them think they're having a little bit of a good time. And then we go to the rec center and swim and really like camp, but they float around and have a great time yelling at each other and splashing. So it's a chance to meet people from all over the state. And I also get letters from teachers that say, my students I sent have come back and they're helping us teach the classes. They have some great ideas, because we do games and things to get them ready for acting and improv. So,
well, what are the dates of the camp?
Well, they're July, which doesn't sound like it's it is close, believe me. July the 8th through the 18th, and on the 18th, we'll have shows at the Majan Theater starting at 11 o'clock. Hopefully every hour we try to stick to the 40-minute shows. Some of my directors enjoy themselves a little too much, and it goes a little long. But we stick with that, and then that way they're able to get back home, that night within a reasonable time, hopefully, or spend the night and leave the next day. But anybody can come in. It's welcome to the public. And I think the coolest thing about it is we have a guy called Tommy Rogers that's a retired teacher but a professional photographer. He takes pictures of kids in class, rehearsing, all that every day, sends it to the parents every night so they see pictures what the kids are doing. And then when it comes to that Saturday for the shows, we show them all over the area in the lobby, all the TVs, and the kids can't wait to get back out there and see themselves and see what they were doing.
Right.
And it's just a really neat time to even be closer together.
That's great.
But it's really fun.
Can people still register?
They can. We do have a limit of 125 that I try to stick with. I could take a few extra technical, but we're at about 100, so we have about 25 spots left. And although we say June the 8th or 10th, I think was the deadline, I can always work somebody in.
Yeah.
And we'll try to do that. But you go to our website, there's a QR code on it. If you go to Texas Tech UIL Academics, then punch on the little theater thing. It'll pull up our flyer, and on the QR code, you can register right on that.
Oh, great. Okay.
We do have scholarship help, and if they will just email me, I've got a form. It's karen.ray@ttu.edu, and our office can always clarify that for them. But we do have some help because I know there's kids that really want to go. Their schools don't have the money anymore to help send them like they used to. So we really try to get some really nice donors. And if there's someone out there that feels like they would like to support that, we would be glad to hear from them too.
Sure.
Because we've got 3 or 4 that are really great, and the Civic Center also helps us with grants. But it's expensive. They stay in the dorms, most of them. A few from Lubbock can stay at home. and we really were there 9 to 9, feed them 2 meals, so that saves you some stress right there.
Yeah.
But staying in the dorms is an experience that they have that they're like, some never thought about college.
Right.
And
right.
now they're in college, and they're like,
Yeah.
we loved it then, we love it now. So
Well, the collegiate experience is really important.
It is.
Because this is a huge recruiting thing, actually, too. Because if the kids come to Texas Tech and have a great experience, they're going to put Tech on their list of
Yes.
possible schools,
Oh,
right?
yes. And 3 students that were very, very, they just had no money, and we got enough sponsors to get them all 3 years. They all came. They're all on scholarship in theater at Tech now. And they had never even, our parents had never gone to college, never thought about being able to.
Right.
And they were able to, and the reason they grabbed it was because of theater camp. They love it,
Yeah.
and I get calls all the time of kids that started out with it, and can you meet me over in the sub and show me how to get to so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, I can get to the food, and we'll see from there where we can go, but
Right.
really a great chance to recruit, too.
Right,
So
right.
if anyone wants to help recruit, they may certainly give us some scholarship money, and if you don't, just come ask us, and we'll be glad to help you too, so
Great.
you can come.
Exactly. Now, you said there were 7 shows. Is that
7,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
we do 7. They are so good with us there. We spread out all over. We start probably about 9 in the morning. Then we have classes. Then they go back and they rehearse till 9 at night, and do some fun things too. But they work very hard. I mean, they learn all their scripts. It's amazing what they can do, and they had no idea they could do it. But that gives them also, several have said just in their last letters saying, this has helped me find myself, something I really loved. I had no idea that I had a passion for. And really, they say that 70 to 80% of the people that are heads of businesses and CEOs started in theater or speech because they learned to communicate. I'm sure communication would fall under that too. But that learning to speak, learning to emote and feel each other's emotions are something that are so important in really daily life, anything you're doing. So I think no matter what you go into, my daughter's a lawyer, but she was a great actress. Now she'll just talk you into the ground, and you have to say, okay, you win, whatever it is, So any career, it helps.
That's great.
So.
Well, and I think it's also wonderful that the Department of Theater and Dance has just finished, the complete remodeling of the Majan Theater and the Black Box Theater, and the whole facility there is all basically brand new for these kids.
Oh my gosh. And of course, I started at Tech when they had just built the Majan Theater. So,
Right.
And I know we had to cut everything out of cardboard, and now they punch a button and draw it on the computer. We don't let the children do that, but they do see it.
Yeah.
And they do all the painting and all that, but they see how advanced the things are they've gotten. I mean, it makes me mad every time I go in there. I think about how hard I worked on that. But the man in costume is great to teach him how to sew and to follow patterns and to go off patterns and keep taking things on. So, I mean, they just learn every aspect. But having that new building makes a lot of difference with it. Yeah, they've got room, and they keep it cool in there. Oh my gosh! All the other buildings on campus have to stay at like 75. Not us, baby. We're down there keeping it cool, so that's good.
That's
we
good.
enjoy
I'm
it.
glad. So tell us again, for people who at this point I'm pretty sure are interested, tell us again the web address where people can go to get more information and sign up.
Right. And I'm sure there's a fancy website name, but here's where I do. I put Texas Tech UIL and academics, and it will take you right to our website.
Right.
Then you look on there, and it will have academics, which we do have a lot of academic contests and practice meets. But that isn't us. You look down, and then you'll see theater, and then you'll do that. You'll punch that button, and it has everything, the flyer for camp with the QR code. And, of course, our office is open. They can always call us or call me. I really am the main person, particularly for scholarships, that handle that end of it. So, and I think that almost everything has my email address on it that they can run into. So
Great.
that's the way to do it. Just do it on the, if you can't do a QR code, which would be my husband, then you could contact us and I'll help you walk through it.
Wonderful.
And it's real easy.
Karen.ray@ttu.edu.
That is so correct.
Right. Wonderful. Karen Ray is our special guest on the front row today. Karen, thank you for coming by. It is such a pleasure every year to visit with you, and I'm so glad you made time for us this year.
Oh, listen, I can't be happier than to come over here and visit with you. You're a great person. We appreciate all your help.